sure that you can see the audio doing the thing. And if it's working, then it's working.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Cluckin Crew live stream number 12. It is awesome to be here with all of you today. As normal, I am Michael Cook. I am the voice and the creator of Chucky Chicken himself. And with me, as always, is my very good pal, the co-writer, co-director, co-producer, co-everything of the series, the one and only Elias Levine. He is currently on mute at the moment.
I could say hi. I
Oh,
could pop in.
oh, okay. We'll say hello,
But
Elias.
hello,
Okay.
I'm eating chicken, so I'm gonna be quiet for a sec. But I'll
Right,
be back soon.
right. Alrighty. Yeah. First and foremost, okay, let's just get the elephant out of the room right away, real quick. So, as many of you know, last week we did a stream where we created a fun piece of merchandise, basically telling Elias to wake up because he's constantly late. He's not, he's on time today. So, as you can see, it worked. So that was cool, and that was an awesome stream, and it was really great to have all of you guys there to watch us make it, and put it on the fourth wall and all that fun stuff. And I did say that it would be, yes, it is very nice to hear he's not taking a cat nap. So I made sure to wake him up just in time for the stream today. Actually, he beat me to the stream today, so I can't even be mad at him. So I can't even make fun of him. Okay, so the elephant part of the room is, I know that I said that for those people who were on that stream that evening, which I think is like the majority of all the folks here, that you would be getting the shirt for 75% off. Well, unfortunately, when we were trying to take orders, and when this is our first time doing anything like this, by the way. So um, it didn't quite work the way that we wanted it to, which, things happen. And of course, refunds were given, uh, orders were canceled, but we were able to get the coupon code working again. And we were able to get it down to, I believe, 25% off, which is still pretty good, right? Um, Right. Well, exactly. And that was the thing, right? It kept saying that it would not allow us to make a sale if it was not profitable.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why people were placing orders, and it was coming back saying, like, oh, if they place this order, you'll owe like $12.75. And we're just like, can't really do that. So,
In this
um,
economy?
yeah, exactly. So we did bump it down. So I just wanted to first and foremost say I think there was only one order that got canceled, and they were able to redo it and get it through again, and that worked out really nicely. So um, if you have not done so already, I did take the shirt down from the store. However, the link still works, and it is in our Discord. So, if you want a shirt, it is still active. We just hid it from the public. It's exclusively just for the Discord people. So if you are on our Discord, um, you can still get it, and the discount code will still work, but it'll only be for 25% off. So if that's too big of an ask, I totally understand. Again, I just wanted to personally apologize for the goof up. These things happen, so I just personally wanted to say I apologize, and please forgive me. I have received my floggings. I've done penance. I've done everything that I need to do to absolve myself of the sin. So I'm hoping that all of you will forgive me as well. So with all of that being said, we're gonna have a good time today on the stream. First off, Elias, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. I had some yummy chicken. I had a good sleep.
Good.
Uh, yeah.
That's very good. Let's say hello to some of the people here in the chat, shall we?
Heck
Um,
yeah.
we have Blue Blaze, hello. Kimberly Nunu Gonzalez, hello, Kimberly. Good to see you. Charlie Har Studios, what up, Charlie? Farnoggin is here. Dylan Royer is here. Hello, Dylan. Stabby Thang, what up, buddy? And we also, I think that's it, actually. So, yeah, I'm glad that I was able to emphasize the Stabby Thang, because he is the best. Speaking of Sabi Thang, he says, speaking of prophets and the lack thereof, I read some shocking news today. The author of the comic book Fables has made it public domain going forward.
Oh.
Ooh, very
Wow.
interesting. Have you ever read Fables?
I don't believe I have. The name is familiar though.
Me neither.
Well,
but
that was anticlimactic. I thought you were gonna like explain to me
I,
what was going on.
I'm not a comic book guy. I'm an animator. Like, but that is very cool. Um, yeah, lots of things going public domain today. Quite an interesting day. Before we get into our little, our thing that we do, I'm curious to hear from the chat. How about that Nintendo Direct today, huh? Any of you guys check that out? Wasn't that crazy?
It, it,
It was
crazy
It was
is
boring. It was
it
terrible.
was boring.
It was not. I'm sorry. I just, I hate
It's just
to
like
I hate to sound
eh,
so negative, but I just
yeah. I
I
don't understand how like I was like watching it because I wasn't able to get to sleep, so I was like watching it live, and there are people in the chat that are like Mario Maker 3, and I'm like, they just put out the last one, and there's people that are like, there's just so many like whack ideas of what Nintendo's gonna be making.
right. I mean,
I am kind of hoping that they make a like the only remake that I want is a Fire Emblem Awakening remake for the Switch. That's the only thing that I want. Period. Because Fire Emblem Awakening is the best Fire Emblem.
ladies and gentlemen, the Featherton weeaboo right here. Anyway,
What?
a lot of pretty anime sword fighters. Okay.
I like the story and the
That's
characters.
what they all say.
This I actually mean it this time. It's the most charming of all the games.
Yeah, all right. Well, actually, speaking of charm, I will say it was very charming to see Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 coming to the Nintendo Switch. I never thought I'd see that, actually. I thought, and which is very cool, seeing that there was the Sony State of Play that happened today, and like a previous was Tomb Raider. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if this is right, but I think it was a PlayStation exclusive, or did the original Tomb Raider also come out on the Saturn?
I don't know. I believe I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. So, I mean, but that just like that is a foundational memory for me, like playing was it always tied to Sony? Okay. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Like that we're getting a Sony game, like a trilogy. Oh, the first game.
So
The first game was on Saturn, but nobody really cared. Yeah, nobody cared for the Saturn.
it was
I'm
first
sorry.
released on Saturn, then it was then put on MS DOS, and then the PlayStation.
Oh, okay.
And then later it released for Mac and PC and
Okay.
that sort of stuff.
Right. No, far noggin, no ill to anyone who enjoys them, but all of those JRPGs and farming sims are starting to look alike to me. You are not alone, my friend. I am so done with every single one of those tactical RPGs and farming sims. Holy cow. Jeez.
As someone who likes tactical RPGs, it's mainly just because like none of them really
they don't
give me
out.
anything. Yeah, they all just kind of look the same, and it's like they look beautiful, like visually they look really nice, but there's nothing in them where it's just like, oh yeah, I want to pick that up and play that, especially when like all of these TRPGs are gonna probably be like $80 where I live.
Yeah, and he lives in Canada, for those of you who are wondering why so expensive, So, exactly, nothing stands out. I mean, okay, I really hope I don't ruffle some feathers here. But I guess I'm just one of those guys who I understand that there are different types of look to anime, right? I mean, obviously, hello, Malcolm. Obviously, Pokemon looks very different than like Rurouni Kenshin, which looks very drastically different from Sailor Moon, which looks extraordinarily different from Dragon Ball Z. I get that, blah, 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 that whole thing, right? Every single one of those games, every one of them looked exactly the same. And it was like there was nothing that stood out, nothing like popped out my interest, and it's always the same thing. It's like
it's just trying to be Fire Emblem,
right.
which I mean I understand.
Yeah,
but like I think part of the issue is that a lot of these games now are trying to emulate Octopath Traveler as far as like their overworld style goes, because like there was that one game where it had those like full body artworks of like the character that weren't sprites, and that looked kind of good. Like I kind of actually got a feel for whatever was going on.
Right.
I think that was the one with like the really stupid name, like Unicorn, whatever.
Yeah, Unicorn Fortress or something like that. First of all, you cannot have that dark and that like stoic of a trailer and end on a silly name like Unicorn. Like what? Anyway.
Oh, Curry, we are talking about the Nintendo Direct.
From a company called Vanillaware.
Apparently, Vanillaware is pretty good.
Oh my gosh! Listen, again, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. You are able to
Yeah.
like whatever you like, and I'm able to make fun of it and you. No, I'm kidding. Not you. Never you.
I'll say that as far as all of the JRPGs go, that one I think was the nicest looking one.
Yeah.
I think that one was the most interesting looking.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
heard
Hi,
you
Curry.
smack.
who you smacking?
I heard you talking smack about Vanillaware. They made Muramasa, and I will defend that game to death.
Well,
Yeah, I've heard that Vanillaware makes really good games.
well, the floor is yours, so go for it.
I'm just saying that Vanillaware, I know the topic was just about games in general, but like Vanillaware in general, make gorgeous character animations.
Kimberly says hello, by the way, Curry.
Awesome.
Okay.
Hey, but like, okay, I understand that like everything's like 2D sprites in a 3D world, and like that's fine. You know,
Yeah,
I can
it's not
understand how
bad.
everything feels homogenous, and like all games start to look the same at one point, and you know that's also fine. At this point, I'm just happy to have something new to play and something to take my time.
Right.
But it is very hard to kind of like differentiate yourself, and I'm just like at this point, make a game that's more fun
Right.
first before anything else, because
Mhm.
like I'm just saying, anime's still a big thing, and I really liked it. I really, really like anime art styles because it is hard to kind of like get into a lot of, I want to say, more grounded games nowadays
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because they're kind of boring.
They are. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, all
All
I'm.
of the farming sim games, like
Yeah. Like,
a lot
come
of them have
on.
really nice aesthetics, but a lot of them are also just kind of like a copy paste sort of feeling to them. That's why
Exactly.
the only farming game that I'm excited for that I'm gonna buy is Paleo Pines because it's adorable. It's a 3D game, which is cool,
Mhm.
and basically you're like a farmer and you recruit little adorable dinosaurs to help you like do stuff on the farm, like they
Again
can
with the
till the.
dinosaurs.
Shut up, Mike.
What's
Dinosaur
wrong with
hater Mike.
dinosaurs?
No, I give both Elias and Tino crap so much because they managed to bring dinosaurs into every single
Man,
conversation that we have.
when I genetically engineered dinosaurs, oh man, I'm gonna remember you.
Yeah.
I hope you will.
But it's cool because like the dinosaurs, like they can till your fields, they can gather like finished crops, they can water your crops and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and they're adorable. I love the style of the game.
Okay, and for the record, Happy, since you're here, I do enjoy Tetris, actually. Thank you
No,
very much.
I heard you talking mad stuff about dinosaurs.
Oh.
Again with the dinosaurs.
Yes.
Sir.
Apparently,
Now that
this
there's
is-
more of us, he could probably make us a bit bigger.
I wonder how many of our crew I can trigger into coming and joining us tonight. That'd be great.
Yo, talk smack about Paper Mario. That's it. I'm just leaving. I'm just leaving
Yeah,
the
I
game.
was-
That's it. No, I'm never.
I thought it was cool.
I liked the Paper Mario announcement. I never played the 1,000-Year Door, so I'm actually excited to get a chance to try it. Charlie Harhart Studios actually asked a very interesting question, and he asks, do you like Enchanted Portals, a Cuphead-inspired game? It's not great, but I like it. Same thing. Everyone, defend your favorite video game's honor. Absolutely, right?
Undertale be busting for ruffle.
Yeah. Listen, and also I do want to point to to Kimberly here. My ancestors are dinosaurs. Okay, I'm a chicken, so
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I'm a direct descendant of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So
Well, maybe direct.
Cool. My favorite is cool. My favorite is Ornithomimus though. So boom.
I don't know what
I
that
can't
is.
pick a favorite.
Anyway, well,
It is-
Yeah, you would know if you were
yeah,
cultured and educated
All
and cool.
right. Make fun of me later.
My favorite is Yoshi.
Somebody didn't watch Dinosaur Train.
All right.
Show,
Oh my God.
like, ew,
All right.
dinosaur train.
All right, enough. Enchanted Portals. Have we heard of it? Do we know anything about it? Have we?
I have not heard of it, but like
All right.
I'd be interested to look into it
Well,
because
yeah.
I'd like to see what they did. It's Cuphead inspired, but I don't
Yeah.
entirely know what that means.
Well,
Like, is it
Mm.
inspired in like just the style, or was everything also drawn 2D?
Oh.
Or
Yeah, no, look it up. Look it up. It's on Steam.
It is 100%. I hate to say it this way, but it is a Cuphead knockoff. The same gameplay, the same
Pretty much, yeah.
the same run and gun, the same boss rush, the similar old timey graphics, except their characters were you could tell it was Flash, right? Like that they animate. I mean, it looks.
I
Oh
kind
no,
of like the
I found the fan
design.
art. Oh
Oh
no.
no!
Oh
Oh
Lord.
yeah.
All right, here's the deal. I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. I heard the gameplay and the controls are just really, yeah, it's tweened. Yeah, exactly, super tweened. They tried their best to do something Cuphead-esque when they first announced it. Boy, it got raked across the coals for being just a Cuphead clone, and everyone just destroyed this game. It was horrible. But
I'll say this such though, looking at the backgrounds of it,
Oh,
the
yeah.
backgrounds look amazing.
yeah, the spooky forest level was like, holy cow, that was.
There's a buff chicken.
Yeah, there is a buff chicken. I was a little.
Yeah, the greaser chicken.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give the game like shade for trying to like work its own kind of vibe.
Mhm.
Even though it's a blatant ripoff, I understand what they were trying to go for. I just feel like the game itself didn't really try anything new.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
so
Yeah.
playing it, I just felt like I was like, man, I could also be playing Cuphead.
Exactly. Right. It's like this feels like something I know, but it's worse. Right. And Sammy Thing says Cuphead was a labor of love. Enchanted Portals was not.
I am not. I don't.
I can't say that Cuphead wasn't a labor of love because I mean,
No, I'm not denying that. I'm just denying. I don't think Enchanted Portals was not, because here's my thing, right? They made the game. They finished it. They got it out the door, even despite the hectic craziness that happened. Is it a good game? No. Did they get it done?
Oh no.
Yes. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All I'm
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is, kudos to people who are able to make their projects a reality. I know that they got a grant from like the Epic Games Creators Fund or something like that.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, they got a grant to finish the game. But I don't mean to I respectfully disagree, Sabi Thang, because if it was like a cash grab, they would have been like, oh crap, no one likes it. All right, get rid of this.
They cared enough to make it polished as a game, because
Right.
when you cared what they made.
Right. So I have to give them kudos.
Finish.
Exactly. I have to give them the credit that they deserve. So, to answer a couple more questions, Bendy and the Ink Machine, I mean,
I never played it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's part of that area of mascot horror where it like I don't know. I'm not a
Listen,
huge
yeah.
fan, but I respect people who like it. Like I don't
Right.
know much about it, but
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I have a okay, bye happy. I have a love-hate relationship with Cuphead and Bendy only because you got to remember I've been around for a long time. Chucky himself has been around since 2009. And in 2013, 2014, when Cuphead was first announced, I mean, I was trying to figure out how to make this series a reality. And, when I see that this game was coming out and it was getting a lot of, love, I felt kind of mad, to be honest with him. Like, what the heck? I'm trying to do this. What do they think that they're doing? You know, and then to see Bendy come out and do it like with the black and white characters, that made me even more frustrated. So, I mean, so for me, I just am kind of like, I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with it. If you're going to be making noises, you know, mute yourself or something, please. I understand, you know, it's okay. I get, you know, gas hits the best of us, but, you know, if you know it's coming, like, you know.
Someone who's not biased against Fetty and the Hate Machine. I think the game was fine for what it wanted to do. It wanted to be like a spooky game and its core, and it's fine. I think what bothered me more was like how it blew up.
Right.
Things about indie games is that when they blow up, people try to make it more than what it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think because, you know, everyone, I don't know, man. I know we're in this weird day and age where, or not even weird, but like we're in this day and age where everyone feels like something is made specifically for them. You know what I mean? And they latch on to certain things and latch on to certain aspects, and they, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna get on my soapbox because I've done that way too many times lately, and it always gets me in trouble when I do. So I'm just gonna stay out the box, leave it alone. But yeah, is that what you were talking about, Curry, or what were you saying?
What?
I don't know, man.
I lost the point of the conversation like entirely. What are we talking about?
Well, you said that people like latched on to.
Oh, I mean, yes, but I'm talking more about the fact that people always like. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's, controversial topic, but I think it did a lot better when it was still like just a small indie corner game trying to be its own spooky tale.
Sure.
Because it got overblown to the point that it's so glorified, memed on. It kind of shackled itself in that sense.
Yeah.
Because you can't really do anything different with Five Nights at Freddy's without having like so much skewed opinions on it. And I don't know. I'm just saying I enjoy things when they're taken for what they were, as in their small labor of loves.
Sure, yeah. Because when things are small and they have like kind of like our little group here, right? We have a small little fan base, and we have dedicated people who show up every Thursday, and we love you for it, right? And these are like the true blue Chucketeers right here, right?
Oh, definitely.
All of a sudden, when you see, you know, bendy stuff in Walmart, I mean, it just, I don't know, like it loses. I mean, I don't know if I'm getting it, but I hope I am. I hope I'm
It's kind of the reasons why I stay out of like many large fandoms, because I enjoy my own bubble with everything I play.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I am what I call a like gamer for life. I've been playing since way back in the Super Nintendo days.
Sure.
And I feel my own experiences are the only thing that's going to define anything for a game, rather than how it's going to be blown up in any sort of social media nowadays.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, I'm there for like I'm with you. I grew up with the Sega Genesis, right? So for me, 16-bit is best bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, heck,
I prefer 32-bit just because I like the extra little amount of detail you can put in there.
Okay, that's fair. You know, and then 64-bit, don't even get me started. I mean, what is this, an Atari Jaguar commercial? Anyway, I'm sad that Malcolm was the other one who got that. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
So, Barry says, hey yo, Barry, nice to have you here. We're wrapping up our video game talk here because, yeah, that Nintendo Direct. I will. Okay, so a couple more highlights, super quick, before we get on with the main event for the evening. 16-bit is best for real, 100%. Thank you. You can put it on a shirt. 16-bit is best bit. Or 16-bit is best, comma bit. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Super Mario RPG. Obviously, that looks pretty cool. I'm excited for Sonic Superstars. Super Mario World Wonder looks really cool. Mario Princess Peach Showtime. That looked interesting. I will.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
I love the outfits. I love
I love
Detective
how it looks. It's
Peach.
so cute. I like how Peach looks in the Kung Fu outfit. She's so adorable.
Right. Exactly. You know, it's a cute game. It is not made for me. Like,
No,
I'm just putting that out there. It is not made with me in mind. So I appreciate it for what it is, though. Right. Mario versus Donkey Kong, though, that was pretty cool. That was really rad to see. You know,
True.
I remember playing that on the Game Boy Advanced. So for me,
God, I feel old.
yeah, I know, I do too. That was middle school for me, man. So
Oh,
I know. Oh my gosh, no, 2003. Was that 2003, 2004? That was freshman year of high school. Holy mustacholi. So yeah, I have a lot of good memories. So, you know, I remember like Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door, Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, Mario versus Donkey Kong, Sonic Advance 2. Like that whole era of gaming is still like one of my absolute favorites. So I adore this. But, oh, we got some more people. Sketchman joined the party, as did Jolly Rancher Guide 2.0. Hey, hey. What up, fellers? Nice to have you here. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And then obviously Mario Kart, you know, Funky Kong, Diddy Kong, Pauline, and Peachette made it to the roster for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is, you know, hooray for Donkey Kong fans. I know Uncle Al absolutely was thrilled. Monkey, yes. So yeah, lots of disappointment, very few surprises. So it kind of, you know, at least we got Sega still. That's all I'm saying. But
look, I can't stay him for much longer. I have to go in like a bit. I just want to say, video games are cool. If y'all are playing F-Zero 99, catch me. I'm going to play that game a lot.
okay.
And I hope you have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye, Curry. Well, that was fun, wasn't it, kids? Am I alone now or something? What happened? Elias, both Elias and Malcolm are muted for some reason. So all right, that's fun. Okay, so yeah, while those two mooks are away, I guess I'll go ahead and I'll get started with what we're gonna do today on the stream. Yes, say goodbye to Curry, everybody. It is now just the three of us. Yes, do not worry. We're gonna have fun. I promise. Today I thought it would be really fun to do a little exercise with y'all, only because here we are. Okay, and then boom. Oh, are you back now?
Yes, I'm back. Cat
Okay.
was screaming.
Oh, well. Okay. That's fine, I suppose.
He was right at my door. I can't be doing this while having to stress about that.
I get it. I understand. It's fine. Okay, that is us. Cool. I'm just trying to. There we go. All right. Excuse us, folks, for a few technical difficulties here while I try and get this whole thing set up and ready to go here. So Elias, do you want to explain to the good folks here what we got all these mooks and circles for?
All right, so this is an exercise basically getting into what the different main characters' relationships are with one another, like how they interact and like basically how they feel about one another in general, like because a good foundation for like a strong cast in characters is being able to tell what two characters' relationships are, regardless of like who they are.
Right.
Mike, you are just having a rough time figuring this out.
I am. I really am. Okay.
Remember to lock things that you don't want to move. Like chat, for instance.
What was that?
Like chat, for instance. I would lock the player.
God. It is locked. It just moved on me.
It won't move if it's locked.
All right. There we go. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we're going to go ahead and we've been working on character relationships to better flesh out our characters a little bit and help us write better stories for episodes in the future. So, and I thought it would be kind of fun to have all of you guys as a part of this little exercise. So,
yeah, and I'll pull up the doc and we can give an example with Tommy because we have Tommy's whole chart already kind of figured out with all the characters present.
Exactly. So for a refresher, for those of you who are curious about who is who, start from the top and going clockwise, we got Chucky Chicken, we got Chelsea Chicken, we got Abe Hogsley, Johnny Jackrabbit, Tommy Turkey, Margarita Macaw, Anna Lamb, and Freddie Fox. We've determined that these 8 are essentially the main cast of the show. So, go ahead and explain Tommy Turkey's relationship with the main cast.
All right. So Tommy and Chelsea's relationship is extremely familial. Chelsea is Tommy's niece, and Tommy feels an incredible amount of responsibility for her and can be a bit overprotective when he doesn't need to be. Even though she's his niece, she's basically like almost a daughter to him at this point.
Right.
And moving on to Chucky. With Chucky, Tommy senses something that in himself that he's kind of lost, and he can see that thing in Chucky. And so that's part of the reason why like he takes the risk to trust Chucky in this role of being a director. And even though he might not necessarily trust Chucky with Chelsea right away.
Right.
Oh.
Freddy is an inevitable evil that Tommy has to deal with and is a constant.
A what?
Is a const.
Oh, he cut out. I think his
Think his mic might cut off.
probably, yeah. Elias, we can't hear you, buddy. So hold on 1 second. Let me pull up the thing here. I think his internet may have conked out on us here, so he may pop back in here.
Oh boy.
To continue on where he left off, Freddy is an inevitable evil that he has to deal with, and a constant reminder of his past with Bruno Bronco and the fall of his studio. With Johnny, he is a family friend who he has respect for. With Louie Loon, he doesn't feel much towards Louie, and he's rather enraged or amused by his antics, depending on the situation. With Anna, he doesn't know about fashion, but he respects Anna for her dedication and hard work, and is usually rather impressed if he gets her to tailor something for him. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. I thought that was Elias saying.
Mm-hmm.
Let me message to him real quick. Sorry,
All right.
folks. This happens every once in a while. There we go. Margarita, he's very fond of Margarita in an apprentice sort of fashion, and she reminds him of his wife, if not a little more hot-headed. And with Abraham Hogsley as a kindred spirit of the culinary variety, Tommy and Abe have a very friendly relationship and generally talk about what new great or terrible restaurants that they've been to. You know, because they're kind of they're bigger fellas, so you know, makes sense. And there he goes.
Oh boy.
So don't worry, folks. He'll be back in a second, I hope.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, so that's Tommy Turkey, and I think it's really, yeah, he probably went to the vet, yeah, so he'll be back, I'm sure. He probably just had his internet conked out, so it happens it happens occasionally. So while we're waiting for him, though, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put up a poll here so you guys can vote on who you would like to hear, you know, whose relationship would you like to learn more about? Then this is going to be character A. So we got Chucky. You know what? I'll just do I'll start with the guys here. So we got we got Chucky. We got Louie. We got Abe. We got Freddy. All right. Okay, folks, so here's the first one. So you guys go ahead and vote. And by the time Elias gets back, hopefully... Yeah, my internet crapped out and I didn't realize it, so I did the whole spiel. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh my goodness.
That's okay. He'll be filled in and it'll be a fun time. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be character A that we're going to learn about. So go ahead and cast your votes. And we can basically talk about, one character, or we can talk about, or one character's relationship with everybody, or we can pick two characters and kind of talk about them. So we'll figure it out here. So far leading the pack is Chucky with 62%. We got Louie at 25 and Abe at 12. And nobody voted for Freddy yet. How about that? Huh.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Normally people are like, I want to learn all about the fox. So I think they know that nobody likes him. Which is sad.
Oh, man.
Which is sad. But true. But anyway, so yeah, we'll give it a couple minutes there. Yeah, don't worry. Elias has just let us know that he will be back in a second. His internet crapped out on him. He'll probably go over the whole spiel again just because, you know. Okay, so Chucky is still taking over. 60% for Chuck, 30% for Louie, and 10% for Abe. So it looks like people really want to learn more about Chucky's relationship with everybody. Relationship 1, he's a jerk. Relationship 2, he's a jerk. I'm assuming that that's for Freddie Fox there, Sapy Thang, because I don't think Chucky would.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's obviously going to be a little bit more detail to it, but we'll oh my gosh.
I'm sure if we put Vera Vixen in here, there would be a lot more, complexity with Freddy a little bit.
I mean, Vero is kind of one of like the supporting cast, like the background people, so I don't know, maybe Chucky has some long buried antagonism and working at the studio just shoots it to the fore. I mean, I wouldn't say all that. I mean,
Yeah.
That's some dangerous territory you're heading down there, Saby Thang. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Hmm.
Next thing you know, he just comes into work with a double belt. Season. Anyway, I think I just scared everybody on this stream. I played a live. Even the boldest of heroes can be turned into the villain. You know what? This is true. This is very, very true.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, 2 more minutes. If everyone is, I think everyone's pretty much cast their vote. So, I mean, you saw my homage to Unforgiven on the disc. I did indeed. Basically entering Donald Duck territory there. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so it sounds like that you want to learn more about the relationship with Chucky and everybody else at the studio. Okay, so that's Chucky. So, okay, interesting. I guess that's fair. So let's go ahead and pull up the old bird, shall we? Alrighty, so basically, for a little refresher for folks who want to learn a little bit more about Chucky himself, and I really, really would like to wait for Elias to come back so he can start writing this stuff down. But Chucky is the newly appointed head of the shorts department of Tough Cluck Studios. While not a born leader, as well as dealing with his own set of personal doubts, he still has a unique view on life. No, excuse me. He's cheerful, optimistic, and outgoing. He's cheerful, optimistic, and outgoing even in some of the toughest times. He doesn't barge into things. He's methodical in his approach. However, even the best laid plans get scrambled, forcing him to come up with solutions on the fly. Despite being a quote-unquote fallible leader, he does manage to come out on top. So, you know, he's a happy little guy. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Chucky and his relationship. So I shall ask you, who would you like to learn about Chucky first? So obviously Chelsea, well, I mean, she's kind of cute. So, I mean, speaking for the rooster himself, I guess you could say that, she's best friends. He has a lot of respect for her, and of course, he is absolutely in love with her. You know, yeah. So, I mean, what's there to say about Chelsea from Chucky's perspective? I mean, they were literally made for each other, right? Chucky is a confidant for her, and she's a confidant for him, and they know, they have this shared passion for making movies and for wanting the studio to be successful. His relationship, like with Abe, I think he has a very fond likeness of Abe. He loves his cooking, especially his cornbread, and he definitely is the kind of guy that he can just, go to the commissary and just have a cup of coffee and just chill and relax. And I think I think what's good about Abe and Chuck is that Abe can help him out when he needs to, right? Like, he just knows how to give him his cup of coffee and get him going in the morning and get him, ready for action. And Abe, of course, being a very cool-headed, calm pig. There you are.
I'm on.
And there he is.
You're on your phone?
Oh, you're on the phone.
Yeah, while my internet is trying to reconnect or whatever.
Oh, my lord. I'm going to turn you down just a smidge there, my friend. So.
Yeah, when did I get cut off? Because I didn't realize I was gone, so I went through the entire thing.
You left it at the constant, and then
Oh, okay, I saw it on Freddy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I do it again?
Well, we kind of cast a vote on who we wanted to hear more about, and everybody chose Chucky. So don't worry, I picked up the slack. So
All right.
I got your back, bro. Don't you worry. So unless there was more that I missed, I only have from like Tommy from Abraham's point of view. So
Um, I mean, did you pull up the doc that has all of them there?
yeah,
Oh, okay. So you read all of them.
I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then yeah, no, there's nothing really.
Everyone says welcome back, and Kim asks how your vet appointment was.
It was they took something from me that I'll never get back.
Oh yeah, they did. Your dignity and your self-respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Malcolm, for some reason you sound really far away, so I don't know if that's just me.
Oh, that's because I'm talking to my iPad. If you want, I can switch to my computer.
It's up to you. Whatever works. So the good folks.
And for the audience, you can raise his audio on Discord at 100 at like max because you can raise it in Discord.
Oh, it is not.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, that should be okay. All right, so the good folks here on the stream want to learn more about. I know. I'm sorry, Barry. That was my fault. Sketchman, feline is not dead. Feline is not dead. With notes around it. And it's all.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Chucky Chicken. They want to know about the relationships with everybody and Chucky Chicken. And of course, the very first person they all want to know his relationship with is Chelsea.
Of course.
Of course. I said I can't get out of this tin can. Baby thing, you so right. Anyway, well, I mean, all right, I'm just gonna ask the panel here: should I be in character as Chucky, or should I just talk as me?
I would just say talk as you.
Okay, thank you. So obviously, Chucky Chicken and Chelsea Chicken. Chuck loves. He's got a big crush on her, right? I mean, ever since he got the job at the studio, he's just been head over heels. Nope, you're right on time, Cartoon and Game Fanatic 2.0. We're still here. No, like last time. Nope, you're good. We don't talk about last stream. Anyway, oh, I thought that was funny, you mooks. Whatever.
I want to chuckle.
Oh, did Elias? Elias, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you're just okay. Whatever. Don't laugh at my jokes. So obviously he's very fond of Chelsea. He'll bend over backwards to make her happy. He gets very nervous around her sometimes, especially at the beginning, right? When he's a janitor, he kind of feels like he's being swept under the rug to try and get her attention, which can be very, very draining. And, you know, wow, there was a ton of janitor puns there. Okay, there we go. So when he finally does notice her, or when she finally notices him and gives him the job, you know, he just, like, life seems to be a little bit more colorful for him. I think that they have a really, it's a relationship that is not quite Mickey and Minnie, right? Mickey and Minnie are like sickly sweet, and it's just really, you know, bleh. Like you can do you know, you can do no wrong. I'll love you for the end of time. You know, gushy gushy. No, none of that garbage, right? Like they have a legit relationship, like a friendship, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning, Chelsea doesn't realize that Chucky has a crush on him, right? They're not boyfriend and girlfriend, by the way. They are, you know, platonic friends. And Chucky just happens to like her a little bit more than just friends, right? It's very, you know, I don't want to say high school dramatic, but it's very high school drama. So I guess like Chucky he just loves Chelsea. He'll do anything for her, right? He's willing to, you know, he will work nights. You know, he will do anything in his power to make that girl happy, because that's just what he does. That's who he is, especially when it comes to a girl like Chelsea, because that's how important that, you know, she is to him. Yeah. So this isn't Chelsea's turn. This is Chucky's turn. Who else do you want to learn about? Who's next?
Well, let's just like go through
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah, we'll go back to, like I said about Abe. Abe is just a good dude for Chucky. Like, he can just have a cup of coffee with him, talk to him. You know, he appreciates the fact that Abe is a good listener, right? And that he is very much on the level, and he just feels comfortable with them. Johnny Jackrabbit, I feel like that they butt heads sometimes. Like Sketchman, like having your lifelong crush hang around the studio where you work and can't help be in awe of her. Exactly. So like a G-rated bartender buddy. Exactly. Yes, exactly. He is I guess he's like Norm from Cheers without the beer. Like sub the beer for a cup of coffee. That's Abe Hogsley.
True.
Johnny and Chucky would probably butt heads a little bit more. I definitely see their relationship kind of like a weird hybrid of Mickey and Donald and Bugs and Daffy, if that makes sense, right? Johnny was there first at the studio, and Chucky just comes in and he gets this job. And I think Johnny would feel like he could do things better than Chucky, but Chucky is like, hey, I just appreciate the fact that we have somebody who knows what he's doing, right? Maybe not Mickey and Mortimer, but maybe a little bit of a rivalry, right? Like, Chucky is just like, he's just happy. Elias, help me out here, please. Say something, for God's sake.
No, I'm listening. We're on Chelsea and Johnny.
Chucky and Johnny.
Chucky and Johnny. The CH names.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Chucky and Johnny aren't quite as close as like some of the others, but like they're still friends. I would say that Chucky and Johnny generally get along.
Yeah.
But there are times when Johnny is like doing his thing, his stubborn, like, I'm going to do it my way sort of attitude, where Chucky, like, that's where they'll sort of butt heads,
Right.
because Chucky wants to try and find a more
methodical and, like, you know,
yeah, or
approach.
like coming to more of a compromise sort of thing.
Right. Where Chucky is very like slow and steady. Chucky and Johnny were lovers. Oh, Lordy, how they could love. Wow. Okay.
Oh, God.
Very, very. I do like that song. That is a very funny. They are not lovers. No. They're more fighters. Anyway, no, I agree with you. I definitely think, like, you know, while Chucky is like, I think we should, you know, ironically, it's the reverse of like Bugs and Daffy, right? Where Bugs is like the cool-headed one, and he's like, I think we should go this way, and Daffy is like the hot-headed, anything to help me out there, save me thing. He says I needed that laugh. Thank you. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. I think it's funny that he's the hot-headed hare that thinks that he knows better, and he's very much the Daffy Duck of the group, right? and things can happen to him sometimes, and things can blow up in his face. It's a cartoon after all, so we can have fun with it. Friendly right. Ooh, Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh yeah.
That is another good comparison.
That's a very good comparison. Yeah. All right, moving right along. Tommy Turkey, Chucky has been a massive fan of Tommy forever. He grew up watching his movies. I mean, he's the reason why he got into the film business to begin with, right? Every weekend he'd go with his parents to the local Nickelodeon to go and watch a silent Tommy Turkey film. And he would just be sitting there all google-eyed and just going, oh, one day I'm going to be on that stage too, mama. And it just, like I haven't mentioned this yet, and I'm gonna drop it here for folks. Because how like sometimes the parents of the main character, like one of them is not around anymore, right? Well, I figured for Chucky's dad, I thought maybe it would be interesting if like how Chucky lost her mom and
Chelsea lost her mom.
that's what I said. If Chelsea lost her mom, what if Chucky lost his dad?
Yeah.
And the reason why he lost his dad was because he was a very honorable man. He was a hardworking, he was a hardworking tradesman in Featherton, and the Great War happened, right? World War One, and he went to go fight, and he never came home.
Oh boy!
So
that's actually pretty deep.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's true. Like sometimes it happens with people. So maybe Tommy is like a father figure for Chucky that he unfortunately kind of got robbed of, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that just a little armchair theory. I don't know. What do you like? Wow, I feel like I just sucked out the energy out of this whole thing with that one little statement. What the heck?
No, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Because we
And if
have...
I'm quiet, I'm still trying to figure out my whole internet thing.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing, because we did the Mother's Day thing, and we got Chucky's mom and we got his grandma, right? But Dad wasn't in the house. But I think it would be appropriate to have like a picture of his dad and his uniform with the hat, and kind of like that scene from The Princess and the Frog, where there's the Medal of Honor and all that stuff. So, exactly, the war would affect lots of people from all walks of life. And, maybe Chucky was an unfortunate victim of that. That happens sometimes. So, and it's probably why he's so patriotic, because, his dad was in the army and he wanted to be a part of it, but he just, things just didn't work out the way that they should. So Tommy is kind of like the father figure to Chucky that he didn't get a chance to have. And he, he'll do anything for that guy. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry says, I appreciate a bit of deepness for the characters' backstories. It helps to make them more relatable / believable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saby Thing says, so he wanted to follow in his footsteps at first. I mean, maybe. Like, Chucky's dad was like I said, it was a very hardworking guy. He gave him his love for the movie theater. Like, he was the one who would take him down to the picture show every weekend, and they had great memories. And maybe there could be this moment where Tommy's like, so why'd you want to get into this business anyway? It's like, well, part of it was because of you, but also because, when I'm in the movie, when I'm around movies, I feel like I'm still around my dad. It's like, what happened to your dad? It's like, well... And we can learn about what happened to Chucky's dad and how he fought in the war.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, Say, did you fight in the war too, Mr. Turkey? No, I was busy doing this and taking care of other matters on the home front, kind of thing, and it could be a really fun little moment. And, I think that's important for characters that to have that kind of stuff. And maybe Chucky wanted to go and fight in the war, but, his tism kind of kept him from being accepted, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
That makes sense.
yeah.
My grandpa was the same way.
Yeah. I wanted to go into the army, and that is kind of what happened to me. So, it happens. Actually, no, I wanted to go into the Air Force. That was what Ed.
Oh.
So, thank you. I don't think I've ever done my Mike Pollock impression in front of Mike Pollock, but I don't know how that would. I don't know how that would how that would go down. Anyway, next, Chucky and Margarita McCall. I think Margarita. I mean, Chucky obviously. Oh, sorry, Farnaga. It might be interesting to see how the war affected some of the other characters too. I don't want to go too deep into it. Maybe we'll do like a patriotic episode or something like that for like Memorial Day or something like that, or Veterans Day. But Chucky and Margarita, I think. I mean, Chucky is a very easily smitten guy. Margarita obviously is this. All right. Somebody help me out here, please.
Margarita is kind of like this tall, beautiful woman, and I think that Chucky at first would kind of like be a little smitten, but then she would like snap at him and be hot-headed and kind of mean, and he would be like, "Oh, okay." I don't think I'm into this
Pretty
anymore.
much, yeah.
Yeah.
And but as Chucky learns about like Margarita's situation, I think he would like grow a real respect for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like he would want to be someone that Margarita can rely on in like the workspace, because that's not something that she really has.
Say that part again. I'm sorry. I was reading Sketchman's comment about his grandfather serving in the Air Force in WW2. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I think that Chucky would want to be someone that Margarita can like rely on in the workspace, because that's not something that she really has.
Right, exactly. I don't want to get into too much of spoiler territory for the next episode, only because, I want people to, to really like take that episode in. But I will say that over the years, Margarita has almost like Officer Topaz and Rouge the Bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an idea.
For Margarita and for Chucky? She seems like she'd be intimidating in first impressions with her reputation and prestige. Not really, in my opinion. Barry says, okay. I'm curious what Barry would think, honestly. Please feel free to to have the discourse in the comments. I'm curious. I think that you're not wrong, Elias. I think that like I was saying, sorry, I get distracted. That's what happens when I look at the comments instead of focusing on the stream. To not go too spoiler heavy, let's just say that Margarita has gotten into a really bad place in the studio hierarchy, right? She has found herself with the wrong crowd and the wrong people getting in her head and making her think things that she really shouldn't be thinking. And Chucky is doing his best to get Margarita out of that situation. And as Chucky learns more about her, I think it would be, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, as she, like there'll be a lot more empathy if that makes sense, and
Yeah.
there'll be a lot more understanding, and God, I can't really talk about it without like getting into spoiler territory. But
All right, then. Well, let's
Let's
move on
let's
to the
move on to
next.
Anna.
okay, moving on to the next one. Anna Lamb. I mean, there's a deep respect for Anna, right?
Yeah.
Like Anna and
Mhm.
Chucky have this really nice relationship where like Chucky gets nervous and he gets in his head and there are moments where he'll freeze, right? And Anna is able to get him out of this. Like typically all of his friends can get out of this situation, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's holy mastacholi. I just realized something.
What?
What?
Louis Loon is missing.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I didn't make the graphic.
I know I did. Jeez. I'm gonna update the graphic. Stand by, folks. Obviously, you know, there's a very dang it. Help me out here, will you please, Elias? I'm sorry. I hate
With
to do
Chucky and Anna.
yes.
Yeah, they're very like good friends. I think that Chucky and Anna have this relationship where they can kind of confide in each other and not kind of worry about what the other is going to say. Like they have a lot of mutual respect for each other, and Anna is very like she's more empathetic than a lot of other characters. She can kind of tell when the vibe is off, and she is when Chucky has maybe sort of uh, a moment of anxiety, or he's getting into his head and kind of like hi- um
Yeah, you're right.
filling himself with all this like negative
Anxiety.
energy on it. Yeah, anxiety. Anna
Yeah.
is the type who would see that and would be able to bring Chucky out of that and kind of, help ground him. And she's kind of like the mom friend of the group as
Yeah.
well. Like she always wants to make sure that everyone is doing all right and that like no one is like pushing themselves too hard.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, bear with me, folks. I have to to try this again. And please excuse the dog barking in the background, by the way.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I'm glad you guys like that one. There we go. Thank you. Anyway. Haha, it was me. I cut him out. Freddy. Of course he did. Frickin' Freddy. So yeah, we now have our power our nifty 9. There we go. Like the Fab 5, the nifty 9. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm clever. So yeah, she's the mom friend with Chucky, absolutely. To get to Louis, I mean, Chucky and Louis are childhood friends. Like Louis came originally from Australia, or our Featherton version of Australia, and right off the bat, Louis was able to help Chucky kind of overcome his nerves, I guess, like especially around the time that he lost his dad. I think that Louis was the friend that Chucky needed when he needed it most. And You know, just him being wild and out there and outgoing and just absolutely loony. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I get it.
I'm glad you do. Anyway, so can you hear that, by the way, or is it just me?
They should be able to pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so as their friendship got older, you know, or as they got older and the friends, you know, continued to get to know each other and have fun, you know, Chucky started to learn more about Louis, and even though he is this very wild, rambunctious loon, Chucky knows how to kind of help keep him out of trouble. He he doesn't do it unintentionally, right? He's just, you know, Chucky loves Louis. Like, he is the brother that he never had. And I think that's really, it's a fun relationship. Louis can get on Chucky's nerves every once in a while, especially when he gets like a money making scheme. There was a gag that we had where he took one of the studio carts and he was using it as a taxi service, and he's like, you know, that'll be a 50 cent, you know, travel tax, 2%, you know, gratuity tax, you know, the whole thing. They got to put it on your bill. And I love Louis and Chucky's relationship. I mean, and honestly, they're the oldest characters in the whole series, dating all the way back to Wake Up Call. So they're the original Chucky duo. So, I mean, yeah. What's Chucky Chicka without Louis Loon?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I have a few of them. Thank you. And then finally, Freddie Fox. He's a jerk. Next. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. At first, I mean, obviously, when he's a janitor, when he gets hired on, Chucky does his best to kind of treat Freddy with the respect that he. Yes, exactly, Farnagan. The Goofy to Chucky's Mickey, 100%. You got it. You got it.
100%.
Yes. Yes. When Chucky started at the studio, he didn't know anybody and he didn't know that Freddy was a garbage person. So he treated him with the quote unquote respect that he quote unquote capitalized deserved, I guess. Massive quotes, massive air quotes there. As time went on and he realized his personality, he's like, God, this guy's a jerk. You know? Not only that, yeah, like Chucky and Freddy, they don't get along. I mean, it's the fox versus the chicken. They're natural predators. They're natural enemies. I mean, yeah. I think what it is like Chucky is so good at being able to get Freddy to mess things up, right? Like Freddy has this scheme, right? And when Chucky finds out what's going on, he's kind of like the Roadrunner to Freddy's Coyote, right? Like Freddy does it to himself a lot of the times, right? I think that there's kind of like this relationship where Freddy, you know, I don't know, it just he's a like Chucky, because there's really fun bits that we have, except we want to root for the Coyote as we get older. Well, you know, people like to root for the villains too, so I mean, everyone relates with the villains nowadays, right? So I guess I think there's a lot of fun things that we can do. Like there's moments that Chucky and Freddy can have that are very vaudevillian and very funny. A lot of, you know, banter back and forth between the two of them.
Yeah.
You know, perfect example. Chucky basically yells at Freddy that he mopped, that he ruined the spot where he mopped. And instead of apologizing, Freddy just spits right in front of him. But shortly after, he slips on a puddle down the stairs, and it's like instant. So,
Yeah.
Karma.
instant karma. All right, cartooning game fanatic 2.0. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. So I think it's safe to say that that's kind of the, yeah, like that's the relationship. Like Chucky knows that Freddy's gonna get his comeuppance, and he just kind of sitting back and waiting to see it with popcorn, going, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." Shut up, drumstick! You don't know what you're talking about. Bam, So, so yeah, that's kind of the relationship. It's like I wouldn't do that, just like, Freddy, you're gonna hurt yourself, And then, obviously, there are moments where it's a lot more serious. Where when Chucky discovers that Freddy has done really, really messed up stuff, he just gets like that mad rooster comes out of him, right? Like he's hemming and hawing and just like he's ready to. Weren't you about the stairs, bro? So,
Oh my god, you know Sweet Bro and Hello Jeff? I'm impressed.
who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was quoting Angie B. I can't take that. So.
Oh, Angie B, you're cultured. You know about Sweet Bro and Hello Jeff.
Therefore, you also know about Homestuck.
No, we're not getting into it. Stop. Right
Yeah.
there.
Moving right along. They're the Tom and Jerry, Bugs, Daffy with Rowdy and Peanut and Woody Woodpecker vibes. I mean, yeah. Kind of. Like, I guess Tom and Jerry would kind of be the best comparison because Freddy is arrogant, conceited, and Chucky just wants to see him get his comeuppance and get what he deserves. I will say that there is a point where Chucky just ends up really despising Freddy. I'm not going to go into it here. That'll be something way, way, way later. But it's going to be interesting to see. That's for sure.
Okay.
So there you go. That's the that is Chucky's relationship. I hope you wrote all that down, Elias.
I don't have internet.
Oh, right.
Clock. Well, it's okay. We can go back and watch the stream again.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. This is our notes. We don't gotta worry about it.
So, but anyway, like tangled webs are being weaved. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, on that note, I that's all the relationships for Chucky Chicken and all of his pals in the main cast. That is, I will also say there is another very special character that is not present here, but that of course is Chew Chipmunk. Chew is a wise old chipmunk from the Far East who Chucky just absolutely loves and honors and respects and goes to him constantly for advice. And Chew is very he loves the respectable little rooster that Chucky is and finds him very honorable and wants to help him in any situation. But he's kind of like the spirit guides from Elena of Avalor. That's right. I went there. I love that show. I don't care. I love Elena of Avalor so much. Chew will not give the answer directly. He will basically guide Chucky to find the answer for himself because that's what good mentors do. So, and he also was, of course, the fight choreographer and like stuntman and action hero for Tough Cluck back in the days. Now being, older and, semi-retired from acting and now teaching the next generation of action heroes. Chu would do the same with Chucky, you know, and teach him some moves and teach him to put some starch in his backbone and to stand up to the enemy whenever it happens. And yeah, so little extra mention for Chew Chipmunk just because I adore and I love him, and I'm kind of mad that he's not part of the main lineup, but that's okay. We don't want to ruin the Nifty Nine. So there you go. It's well, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 yeahs. We must be doing something right. And on that note, it is about 7:25 here in good old in the good old Midwest, and we typically like to keep these things about an hour and a half. So we're coming up to our time here. But before we go, any final thoughts on any of these character relationships from any of you guys?
Like from me and Malcolm, or
Yeah.
Chef?
Or from chat.
I can't. Yeah, I'm not talking. You know, I can't like get direct feedback from the chat right away. Like I can hear you guys. I love the chat. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm reading it, but like I want like. Don't put me on the spot like that, Elias.
Yeah, I mean, I think like it'll be really interesting to see how these relationships develop over time, especially regarding Chucky and Chelsea and all the other characters interacting with each other as well, like seeing how their relationships either change or like maybe they don't change and they stay the same. And I don't know. I'm excited to see more interactions between Anna and Johnny.
Okay, that's a good character team up. And by the way, Savvy Thang, don't be sorry. I'm stuck in the past there with you, so it's all good. Malcolm, what about you?
Yeah. Well, personally, I mean, I really like how most of these characters look like they're set up for like certain roles, but they're actually but they're actually like set up for something completely different. Like there's a bit of a subversion with like Chelsea and Chucky.
Mm-hmm.
Chucky, you expect them to be like the power couple of the show, but you know they're just like really good friends that one has like you know a little bit of feelings towards, but you know it's kind of like you know kind of like biding his time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and 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 so and honestly, I think that's about it.
Okay, that works. That's fine. Thank you. Chat, let us know in the comments down below, not in the not only in the chat but also in the comments on this video, who would you like to hear more about? Like what relationships would you like to hear more about? I'm not talking ships, by the way. I'm talking just general, relationships. Like do you want to hear more about Louis Loon and Tommy Turkey? Do you want to hear more about Johnny and Margarita? Do you want to hear about, Anna and Abe? Do you want to hear about the girls? Like, who do you want to learn more about? Let us know down in the comments below. With all that being said, thank you guys so much. We did it again, folks. We made it another week. We are very rapidly approaching our 20th live stream. If I think we're like at 15 at this point technically because we did like 2 like renumbered or whatever. But so thank you guys for hanging out with us this every Thursday night. If you like the show, please give this video a like, share this with your friends, let folks know what we're up to. We're on all the social medias. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We are on Facebook, and obviously, if you haven't done so already, all the social media links, yes, they are in the description, and they're in our bio. So please go check it out. I will make sure that they should be in the description. Please subscribe to the channel so you can. I suck at this. I'm sorry. Please hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of the animated fun here at the Cluckin Crew live stream. If you are able to and you want to support the show, we do have a number of ways. Obviously, number one, checking out our Patreon at patreon.com/ChuckyChicken. For as little as $3 a month, you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to basically a lot of stuff that we do, concept art, turnarounds, early access to videos, all that fun stuff. If you want to become a member of this channel and get even more access to things like exclusive emojis and all that fun stuff. Or if you want to be super awesome and, brandish your pride for Chucky Chicken, go buy something on our fourth wall. Chucky Chicken, what is it? Hold on. Chucky Chicken Cartoons shop.fourthwall.com. And by the way, all of the streams are on there as well, including this one. You can learn more about the characters. We got all the character bios there for you to read as well. We're putting up some new stuff. We got some really cool, we put up a couple of hats. We do have the speckled pom-pom beanie sportsman hat, which I think looks really cute. We do got a couple of beanies, with the cold weather coming up, so be sure to check it out. We got some stickers. We got a cool travel mug, some socks. We got an iPhone case, only if you're able to, though, folks. Like, we're not, trying to peddle our merch or anything. Because who would do today? Exactly. So, but on behalf of all of us here, you guys are the reason we do these silly little things and we meet up with you every week. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And before we go, say goodbye, fellas.
Bye.
Thank you, folks, and we will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.